So lastly, all we got on the agenda, thanks to the Warriors having the driest offseason in NBA history.
The worst.
And shout out to Kuminga for dragging this out in the name of Brett Favre. And so, at the end of the day, what we can talk about is, there was still a little bit of breaking news, obviously not directly attached to the Warriors, but Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers are being investigated. Apparently there was a, 28 mil, 30 mil?
50.
50. Under the table deal.
It was 28.
28, okay.
I just wanted to put some extra on.
Okay. 28 mil under the table endorsement deal where Kawhi obviously was a no-show, just like everybody else was. So if you can read between the lines, that is just paying somebody under the table and basically removing a piece of their NBA contract and putting it off the books and allowing the player obviously to still get it. So, I don't want to necessarily get too deep in it like the rest of these news platforms and everybody else will until we get more information. But what I do want to preface or ask is, if this is true, is this the first time this has happened?
All right, let me play fictional character right here. Like, a lot of the things that come into my mind is when Kanye was like, "You don't know, you ain't got the answers."
Right.
This is the world we're living in right here when we're talking about this.
Whew.
I got billions of dollars. You don't think I know how to figure this shit out?
Right.
You don't think I know how to make some back deal?
Come on.
Think I just got here without knowing how to finagle the system a little bit?
Oh, I dropped the mill on the floor.
Come on. Let's go. We've been doing this for a while. I'm Steve Ballmer. Of course I didn't know about this.
Right.
Where's the evidence? Where's the paper trail? Where are the receipts?
Right.
Find them for me. You can't. They were shredded. Everything's done under the table. We've been doing this for years. It's not a surprise. Yeah, we're going to act like it's not been happening. Yeah, we know everything in the NBA. We know everything that's going on. No, these guys who own the teams make more than you guys who run the NBA. They know how to get out of these situations. They know how to hide themselves. That's what his whole conversation with Ramona Shelburne was. Him being like, "What do you mean?
Right.
I haven't the foggiest. If he had some other things going on, I don't know what I don't know what Aspiration company is. I've never heard of them. I'm a billionaire and I own a bunch of companies.
People get deals all the time, man.
Yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, in my mind, I've watched too many shows, too many movies out there to think that people ain't doing some slick sly stuff as billionaires. No matter what's going, I got billions of dollars. I'm gonna figure something out. And what are you gonna do about it?
And then
that's just real
competition.
And competition, like
sport competition,
especially with him. Like so many owners are doing this just to I own that team.
Yeah,
he's actually somebody who's like, I want my team to be good. And
yes.
I'm putting extra effort into this because the billions are just going to come for me. I don't need to worry about my bill. I'm good. So let me focus on. Yes, I'm gonna find a way to get you some money, Kawhi. Like, I don't think it's any different with any other billionaires out there in the world. They get what they want, and that's what's going to happen. So I think that's what happened in this situation. My man knows how to finagle the system, put some fake stuff in the air, make it seem like it's something when it's not, but there's nothing to back it up. You can't find Paolo Torre basically looked at it and was like, this isn't even real, but nobody else paid attention to it before.
Right.
It's just so happened that Paolo Torre was like, let me dig a little bit deeper here.
Let me double check.
And they found out. But at the end of the day, Steve Ballmer is just going to be like, I don't know. I don't know. But if he keeps digging, he's not going to find anything else. So let's move on, people. You can try and get me in trouble, but I'm still me. So, and you guys aren't going to have to do nothing.
Right.
That's what it feels like to me. That's just my opinion.
No, I mean,
what about you?
I feel similar. I mean, it's a league of billionaires, so like to think that there wouldn't be some like coup between all of them of here's the amount of money we all get to spend on the outside of this that we're not going to tell anybody. And we'll allow that as long as we can have on a gentleman's bet. Like, yeah, it doesn't exceed 30 mil or something like that, right? So I definitely think that. And then secondarily, it makes me think a lot about the Warriors, where it's like, okay, I always have wondered this about Steph in those years where he was winning the MVP, making 10 mil. No way the way the Warriors are that they let him sit on that.
Regardless of if it's illegal or not, there's no way that these people who got millions and billions of dollars like this aren't able to, like you're saying, Steph, we realize you're hurt. We got you. You know,
Right.
We'll figure out some endorsement. We'll figure out some other stuff. We know guys.
Right.
So, like, we'll get you some money, regardless of if it's through your contract or just some other stuff.
Right.
Because
Or
we got it.
Or we dropped the bag on the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, so it's hard for me to think. What's silly for me is to think that they're like wrapping it up in these fake businesses, where it's like, I mean, why not just drop a mill? You know, with the level that they're at, why not just, you know? But who's to say that, you know, they've probably figured out all the easiest routes, so that just may be it, and they just got caught up. But really, like KD coming to the Bay, you know, he all of a sudden had a bunch of these restaurants and things like that. And I always was like, you know, KD's known to be a good businessman, but he wasn't doing that elsewhere. And he's still hella rooted here. And he never really left other than hoop-wise. And so it's like, huh. And I've always just wondered what else brought that team together. Like, what else made him leave the situation he was in? And even Andre Iguodala. I mean, there's multiple times where I've looked at the way things have gone with him, and I'm like, there's just no way.
Right.
There's no way he's signing off on that if there's not Joe Lacob like, oh, did I mention that your backyard has a new hole in it? You might want to look in that hole.
I think really what it came down to is like everybody's doing this, like we're saying. I think they just dropped the ball in terms of like he didn't do anything. Like he didn't even show up for something.
Right.
He didn't make a commercial.
But that's
it's
so
like
Kawhi, though. That's
no,
so
totally.
Kawhi.
But it's just like Steve Ballmer, like you guys as the people who didn't did do this, y'all probably have done this on many other occasions where it's like, bro, at least just go to this park and take a picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like do something.
Wear the shirt.
And they just totally forgot that they were dealing with Kawhi, and he's just like,
I'm in Costa Rica, my bad.
Like, yeah. It's like, oh, you guys didn't force me to come do this, so I just didn't.
Exactly. Nah, and so it'll be what's intriguing to me is I just can't wait to see what this leads to regardless, because the fact that it's gone public, the conversations won't end. And so, you know, anytime we start seeing these deals where it's like, why? You know, there's always going to be that thought in the back of everybody's mind now of, well, we know why.
Why did Dame go to Milwaukee?
Right. He probably owns part of downtown now, and we don't even know. Why did he go back to Portland? Is an even better question. They probably gave him half a night.
Half of Portland.
Take the headquarters. It's your new bedroom. So anyway, you know, that's just where we're going to close it today. Obviously, we're going to have a lot